Hello everyone, myself Mrs. Rama Ranjankar, lecturer in Electronics and Telecommunication Department from Praveen Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology, Bhayandar. Today I am going to explain Chapter 4 Wave Propagation Part 1. Learning outcomes of this topic are concept of propagation waves, ground wave propagation, sky wave propagation, and let's see the definitions related to sky wave propagation. Let's see the concept of propagation of radio waves. Radio signals can travel over vast distances. However, radio signals are affected by the medium in which they travel, and this can affect the radio propagation or RF propagation and the distances over which the signals can propagate. Some radio signals can travel or propagate around the globe, whereas other radio signals may only propagate over much shorter distance. The radio propagation will depend on many factors, and the choice of radio frequency will determine many aspects of radio propagation for radio communication system. Let's see the definition of radio propagation. So radio propagation is the way of transmitting the radio waves from one point to another point through a medium. So the factors affecting the radio propagation. So there are many factors that affects the way in which the radio signal or radio waves propagate. So generally the medium जो मीडियम से वो ट्रैवल करते हैं वो मीडियम के जो फैक्टर्स रहते हैं दैट अफेक्ट्स द रेडियो waves. The properties of the path by which the radio signals will propagate governs or decides the level and the quality of received signal, as well as reflection, refraction and diffraction may occur, and the resultant radio signal may also be a combination of several signals that have traveled by different paths. So these may add together or subtract from one another, and in addition to this, the signal travels via different paths, may be delayed, causing distorting of resulting signal. So it is therefore very important to know the radio signal characteristics. Let's see the types of propagation. So the radio propagation is of four types: free space propagation, ground wave propagation, ionospheric propagation, and the tropospheric. So the free space, so here the radio waves travel in free space or away from the other objects which influence the way in which they travel. So it is only the distance from the source which affects the way in which the signal strength reduces. So generally the satellites where the signal travels up to the satellite from the ground and back down again. So this comes under the free space propagation. Ground wave propagation, when the signal travels via ground wave, they are modified by the ground or the or which they travel. So they also tend to follow the earth curvature, and so that it is called as a ground wave propagation. Ionospheric propagation, here the radio signals are modified and influenced by a region high in the earth atmosphere known as ionosphere. So this form of radio propagation is used by radio communication system that transmits on short wave bands. While in case of tropospheric propagation, the signals are influenced by the variations of refractive index in the troposphere just above the Earth's surface. So the tropospheric radio propagation often means or used for high frequency band signals. Let's see the ground wave propagation in detail. Ground wave propagation is a type of radio propagation which is known as surface wave. These waves propagate over the earth curvature or Earth's surface in low and medium frequencies. These are mainly used for the transmission between the surface of the earth and the ionosphere. These are made up of number of constituent waves. The reason why it is called as a ground wave is that it is the sum of waves that are reflected by the earth's surface or any hills. The waves follows the curvature of earth, enabling them to cover beyond the horizon, and beyond the horizon the waves get blocked by the curvature of the earth and the signal are produced by the diffracted surface wave. Advantage of ground waves. So these waves have the tendency to bend around the corner of obstructions during the propagation, which makes them more efficient, and also these are not affected by the change in atmospheric condition. So these are the advantage of ground wave propagation. Disadvantages of ground wave propagation are high frequency waves cannot be transmitted as the energy losses occurs, and these occurs more because of absorption of energy in Earth's atmosphere. These are another disadvantage is these are used to cover short ranges and also involves the attenuation of waves as they interact with the eddy currents produced by Earth's surface. Application of ground wave propagation. So these ground wave propagations are used for one wave communication from military to submarines as they penetrate to a significant depth into seawater. Let's see the sky wave propagation. So we have recently discussed the ionosphere, which is composed of 4 different layers, and each layer consists of a different number of atoms. The outermost layer has the lowest number of atoms while the innermost layer is highly dense. The reason behind is that the atmosphere of the earth is denser towards its surface and becomes rarer on proceeding upward. So we are already aware of the facts that the sun emits the powerful cosmic rays. So due to less number of neutral atoms in the outermost layer, most of cosmic rays penetrate the inner surface of atmosphere without even interacting with the atoms present there. The interaction between the cosmic rays and the atoms increases tremendously in the E layer, okay, as this layer has a greater number of atoms. Inner layer is slightly denser than the outer one, so interaction between the cosmic rays and atoms takes place. However, on penetrating to such a level inside the Earth atmosphere, the intensity of cosmic rays reduced to a large extent. So hence here very few cosmic rays interact with the innermost layer of ionosphere, although this layer is denser than other layers. So this is clearly shown in figure. So this is a diagram of ionosphere. It consists of different layers started from troposphere, stratosphere, D layer, E layer, F1 layer and F2 layer. So let's see the different definitions related to space wave propagation. So first is a virtual light. When a wave is refracted, it is bent down gradually but not sharply. However, the path of incident wave and reflected wave are same if it is reflected from a surface located at a greater height of this layer. Such a greater height is called as virtual height. Another definition is a critical frequency. Critical frequency for a layer determines the highest frequency that will be returned down to the earth by that layer after having been beamed by the transmitter straight up into the sky. The rate of ionization density when changed conveniently through the layers, the wave will not be bent downwards. The maximum frequency that gets bent and reaches the receiver station with the minimum attenuation can be called as critical frequency. It is denoted by Hc. Another is a multipath propagation. So multipath propagation, as shown in diagram, is a term which describes the multiple paths a signal travels to reach the destination. These paths includes a number of hopes, and the paths may be the result of reflection, refraction, or even diffraction. Finally, when the signal from such different paths gets to the receiver, it carries the propagation delay, additional noise, phase differences, etc., which decrease the quality of received output. Fading. The decrease in the quality of signal can be termed as fading. So this happens because of atmospheric effects or the reflection due to the multipath. Fading refers to the variation of the signal strength with respect to time and distance. It is widely prevalent in wireless transmission. The most causes of fading in the wireless environment are multipath propagation and mobility. Another definition is the skip distance, the measurable distance on the surface of the earth from the transmitter to receiver, where the signal reflected from the ionosphere can reach the receiver with minimum hopes or skips, is known as skip distance. Maximum usable frequency. The maximum usable frequency is denoted by MUF. It is the highest frequency delivered by the transmitter regardless of the power of transmitter. The highest frequency which is reflected from the ionosphere to the receiver is called as a critical frequency. It is calculated as critical frequency divided by cos theta. Optimum working frequency. It is a frequency which is being used mostly for a particular transmission and which has been predicted to be used over a particular period of time over a path is termed as optical working frequency. Now let's see the type of skywave propagation. So there are two types. One is a single hope and another one is a multiple hope. Single hope skywave propagation, where the maximum range of single hope's transmission is restricted to 400 km due to skip distance and curvature of Earth. The semicircumference of the Earth is about 20,000 km. The single hope transmission is not useful to cover this range, and hence the multiple hope transmission is preferred. So multiple hope skywave propagation increase the range of communication. So the transmission path is limited by the skip distance at one end and the curvature of the other end. So longest single hope distance is obtained when the ray is transmitted tangentially to the surface as shown in figure. Thank you.